as you can see from the announcement this morning, the Andrews one, we've sold well over 6,500 barrels we're up to now. And that's no mean feat.
Hello, you're watching Proactive. I'm joined by David Bramhill, the Executive Chair of Union Jack Oil. David, very good to see you this morning, and you're up with an update on your growing portfolio of US assets as well as a corporate update. And it appears you've moved quickly since entering the US and already met commercial success.
Yes, we have a good morning, Stephen. Listeners, yes, we've been really active the last year. First of all, I'd like to say we've got a very, very good base in the UK with Repsol, which is providing terrific cash flow. And assuming we get the gas export going next year, which we expect, there is no reason why not. We've got a very, very strong UK asset base, because I know I've read a lot about UK not being, the choice. But when we look at it with our position and situation, as I say, just like to add, we like our UK assets, and the fact that they're not basically allowing any more licenses, in my opinion, and my team's opinion, makes it far more valuable. So we're very, very much on board, and that's one thing I would like to cast in stone, that although the diversification in the States has been a breath of fresh air, amazing.
Take us through that diversification, and particularly your Andrews field, so the 117 and the 217 wells, because you do point out that you already have made commercial discoveries, and in fact, you're already selling some to market.
Oh yeah, I'd be delighted. We've been selling oil for quite, as you can see from the announcement this morning, the Andrews one, we've sold well over 6,500 barrels we're up to now, and that's no mean feat. When you imagine you drill. Now, the beauty of operating in Oklahoma and most of the states in the USA, you get things done very, very quickly. It's amazing that our partners are called Rich Petroleum, and they're run by two English people who know the scene very, very well, along with some real experts in Oklahoma as well. But we're lucky to have such a good team over there. It's almost like when you say, well, we'll be drilling next month. No, surely not. Over here, would take you, if you said we'll be drilling next year, yeah, and you say, yeah, sure. But we've drilled these two wells in 3.5 months, got them into production, and our bank account with First Bank First in Oklahoma, it's already filling out with cash, which is terrific. To see cash flow in such a short space of time is very, very, is good for us. Plus the mineral royalty portfolio as well, and the 3 wells we've got to drill in the Q4. So really is good. We believe we've made a good move.
Before we get on to those 3 wells that you're drilling in the fourth quarter, tell us about the potential you're seeing in the Andrews field.
Well, the potential is a bit of a mixture of different types of structures we're going for. Like the Andrews was what we call the Hunton Formation, which is basically all over Oklahoma. And we've drilled 2 wells. The seismic worked, as we mentioned, as Mars Newman, the chair of the Reach, mentioned this morning. The seismic works, and we hope it works on the other wells also, which are bigger, more scope. The Taylor well, we're particularly looking forward to drilling. We would really rank that well. We look forward to drilling it very, very soon. The Moccasin has got terrific upside as well. There's been a lot of good discoveries, and you're going back to the 1920s with some of his own discoveries. Oklahoma, I think, is ranked about number 4 of producing states in the US. So we're in the right place, and we've got the money, and we're quite happy to spend and find and build up our cash resource.
So you mentioned Taylor and Moccasin. You've got 45% interest in those wells, drilling in the fourth quarter, and then you plan to move on to the Diana 1.
That's correct. No, that's a big one. That's a big one. It'd be nice if that one comes in. There will be disappointments, of course there will. You just can't keep on making discovery after discovery unless you've got a magic wand. But I think that the selection of wells we have in the future are absolutely brilliant.
David, tell us about your bigger plan for the bigger picture for your US interests.
The bigger picture is to drill as many wells as we can. That's the bottom line, and make a lot more money. Even now, the income from the US is literally catching up from our income in the UK, and our UK income it's not shabby. It's good. It more than keeps the company alive. And there's been some tax, as you know, the UK government have raised the taxes. We can live with that. At the moment, we can live with it. The worst we're going to be saying is we're going to make 62% on every barrel we make. So that's not, it's not killing us. But if you were a bigger company and you were paying the whole 78%, I think it would be an issue. But we're in a good frame. We're in a good position.
David, along with your move into the US, you also started trading on the OTCQB back in April.
That's correct.
Tell us about the reception you've had from US investors.
At the moment, very slow. We've got a very, very good PR investor relation company called Harbour Access, who are very closely linked to the OTC market over here. But because we've got a very, very big office in London as well. So they're very, very good. It's, say, the equivalent to AIM, it's similar to AIM. We've appointed a company called Sidoti Lighthouse. We're going to do some research, first initial research in September. We look forward to that. And as it says in the RNS, we're going to appoint a broker in Q4 and start accelerating our presence over there.
And the sort of milestones then that investors should be looking out for in the months ahead, David?
There are lots of milestones. The 3 wells alone could be, one could be a company maker and 2 could be very nice. Thank you.
Well, I hope you will keep us updated on any progress. Thank you very much for speaking with us today.
Delighted. Thank you, Stephen.
That's David Bramhill, Executive Chair of Union Jack Oil.